Hi, welcome back and welcome if you're new to my channel. And for this week's mindfulness meditation and message, I am going to talk about inner child healing. And this is the first time that I talk about this topic on my channel. And I first started learning about inner child healing when I first awakened. It wasn't something that I was aware of. I didn't really know exactly how to start the process on inner child healing work. That was a really hard process for me because once I realized what I had to do, and once I realized I had to go back to all of the trauma, the childhood memories that I really did a good job at blocking throughout the course of the years, I didn't realize that it was really affecting me as an adult. And I would basically get triggered in different relationships, and I didn't really understand why I would react a certain way or why certain things would bother me. And when I started doing the inner child healing work, I started to realize that I went through a lot of traumatic experiences. I mean, I dealt with codependency, abandonment issues, lack mentality. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And for me, it was really hard because I had to go back and face all of those different emotions that I worked so hard on covering up and blocking them throughout the course of my adult life, that I never went back to those experiences, and I never knew how important it was to heal them. And so when I began to understand inner child healing work, I started journaling. For me, I started journaling because I couldn't remember a lot of the things that transpired in my past. So I began to journal, and I began to remember a lot of the things that happened to me. Like, for example, if I had to work through codependency, then it's funny, I had this book that was gifted to me years ago, and I always keep things that people gift to me. So I had this book about codependency that was gifted to me years ago, and I didn't really understand what it was about. And I started reading it when I started doing inner child healing work, and I started to understand that I am codependent. I was really codependent, and that was a tough pill for me to swallow because I would have never thought that I had codependency issues. So I started working through those emotions. Again, for me, it was all about the journaling. And for codependency, I started reading a book, and I really started meditating. I started doing guided meditations on inner child healing. And if there was a specific area that I had to work on, which was if it was lack mentality or codependency or abandonment issues, I would really work hard to do guided meditations that were based off of codependency or whatever it was for that week. And I would commit to an entire week of working through that specific emotion. I'm still working on it. I mean, I feel like I've gotten so much better. I'm sharing this with all of you guys because it's really, really important. A lot of the times we don't see how our experiences growing up really impact our adult life because we are too caught up in the everyday routine, or we're not really mindful, and we don't really understand that what happened to us in the past really impact how we are in our relationships with our partners, our family members, our kids. And I really had to work through all of that. There were times where I wrote a lot of letters. I wrote letters to my parents. I wrote letters to my siblings. Of course, I didn't give them the letters, but for me, it was really healing. And a lot of the questions that I would ask myself: how do I feel? Why did this happen? How did it make me feel back then? How did it impact me today? And I really had to understand where they were coming from, and I had to put myself in their position, because a lot of the times we're so quick to point fingers and say, well, my mom is a bad mom, or she's not a great mother. But have we ever sat down to think about what was her childhood like? How did she grow up? What were her experiences? And during my inner child healing, it really gave me the opportunity to understand what my parents went through, you know, how they grew up, and also allowing me to not blame them for everything that transpired in my childhood, and not blame them for every little thing. So that really gave me a peace of mind, and it allowed me to create a daily habit of talking to my inner child and just simply telling her that she is not alone. I am really proud of her. I would always take my hands and I would place them under my navel, and I would just talk to my inner child, and I would ask her, what is it that you want to do today? And I would remember some of the things that would make me happy as a child, and I would connect with my inner child in that way. Like, I used to love going to the park as a kid, and I didn't go to the park often. So whenever I did go to the park, it was just like, it was so exciting for me. So doing things that I knew would make me happy, or eating my favorite meal that made me happy as a kid, I did that because it really connected me with my inner child, and it brought me back to that place where it was a happy place for me. So this full moon in Pisces, for me, I'm in New Jersey, so the full moon happened September 2nd. Depending on where you are in the world, this full moon for me, I feel it's all about releasing old wounds and just healing traumatic experiences, allowing yourself to work through those emotions. And you're going to see that a lot of things are going to come up. You're going to question relationships. So this is going to be a quick message on just, if you are not aware of what inner child healing is, and you find yourself not understanding why you have codependency issues, abandonment issues, maybe lack mentality, or whatever other symptoms you have, or why you get so triggered if your boyfriend does something, if your girlfriend does something, and you're not really connecting the dots, maybe you should go back and really think about what it is that is causing you to feel that way, what it is that happened to you in the past that allowed you to hold on to specific emotions and you never releasing them. So that's what happened with me. Like, I never really worked through those emotions before my awakening, and I never understood the impact that it had on me as an adult, as a parent. So hopefully this message was helpful for some of you. I'm going to leave you all with a short guided meditation on healing. It's all about the shadow work. Doing the shadow work is going to put you in a different vibrational state, and you're going to feel so happy that you are working through these different emotions. And I am not at all suggesting that it's easy. It is hard. It's hard when you have to face things that happened in the past, when you thought that you were probably over them, or you thought that you healed them in your own way. But I'm here to tell you that the more you work on your shadow aspect, you are going to feel so much better. You're going to have so much more understanding, and your relationships are going to deepen, and they're going to be so much better with other people, with your family, with your friends, with new people you meet along the way. And so I will see you all next week for our weekly mindfulness meditation and message. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the bell button so you're notified when I post my next video. And I appreciate all the support. Thank you, guys. Breathing is the most important thing we do, yet we tend to forget about it and never consciously breathe the best way we are able to. Let's begin by taking 3 nice big deep breaths, paying attention to your belly and lungs, expanding when you do so. 1, fully in and exhale, letting your body relax. 2, breathe deeply and let any worrisome thoughts just fade away. 3, filling your body with as much oxygen as you can and let the air escape from your body, relaxing you even further. And now allow your mind to drift and wander to the thought of a small hand-built fountain. This is the fountain of relaxation. It is built in a way that the water level is waist-high and easy for you to access. Maybe there's a sculpture that the water comes out of, splashing down into the basin, or perhaps the water just shoots up and out of the water in a beautiful way. However you see this fountain, picture it very vividly in as much detail as you can. You notice that the water is crystal clear, but it also seems to glow with golden light. Touch your hand to the side of the fountain and feel the way it is built and how sturdy it is. Now dip your fingertips into the golden water and you feel a profound relaxation it gives you in your fingers. You now dip your entire hand in this healing water. The pleasure that this water brings you is so wonderful that you must have more. So gather some in your right hand and splash it onto your left forearm. Gather some more and cover your upper arm and shoulder with this water. The moisture on your skin is glistening in the sunlight, similar to how diamonds reflect light. Do the same with your left hand, cupping the water and soaking your right arm with it and right shoulder. This water is not only extremely soothing, but its appearance is stunning. Cup both hands together and gather some of this glowing substance in your hands. Gathering as much as you can, watching it slip through your fingers a little and spilling over the edges of your hands. And this time, bring the water to your mouth for a drink. The water is heavenly. It nourishes you. It relaxes you. Take another handful and drink some more. Gather one more handful to splash on your face. The water seems to wash away all the worries you ever carried in your facial expressions over the years. Notice how you feel. It's really nice, isn't it? So just relax somewhere near this fountain, feeling completely free and clear and open-minded. Allow for yourself to experience any special messages that you have been needing to hear as you gently and kindly open to anything you feel or hear. And now, whenever you are ready, take another nice deep breath and become fully aware of the present moment. Allow yourself to be ready to take on the rest of your day with confidence. Thank you so much for joining me today. Sending you all so much love and light. Namaste.